es resta vesumus ut per eius genetricem Virginem Mariam perpetue habiamus gaude vitae per eiundem Christum Dominum nostrum.
revise what we've learned for old month. How many weeks? Almost 8 weeks, right? Yeah. So we learned a lot, didn't we? Yeah. So I want each person to tell me what touched him doing this religious aid. What really touched you that you never forget. What topic and what did you learn from it? I'm going to begin with my friend.
The song.
Oh, the song. Why? Is it just because it's good? Is there more to it than just being good? What is more to this song? Exactly. It's in Latin. The devil can understand Latin. So whenever you pray in Latin and sing in Latin, the devil is so uncomfortable and he cannot. So I'm glad you learned that about Latin. Very good. And what about you, my friend?
Like the Pope and like the priests and stuff and how they spread.
How did you learn? What did you learn about the Pope? Who is the Pope? And why is he important? Because he's the head of the church. Because he's the head of the Catholic Church. And why is it important to have a head? Just imagine your body without your head. Totally. How are you going to have eyes to see, or ears to hear, or the mouth to eat? So without the head, there's always confusion. That's why even in the family, we have the head of the family. You go to school, there's a principal. Everywhere there's supposed to be a head, because without a head, there's confusion. So he learned about the Pope. Yes. What else you said about the priest? What about the priest? That what priest?
Like,
Who are they? Why do we even have the Bible?
to write God a message in words.
Exactly. How do they do that? How does the priest spread God's message? How? It's so easy, right? By teaching. Where does the priest teach? Exactly. Every Sunday we meet him at church. He gives the whole meeting. Teaches us. So that's why the priest is important, because he makes manifest the Last Supper. Jesus Christ died. He was from the dead and went to heaven, but he said his priest is priest. Do this in memory of me. So the mass is still offered. Jesus Christ is still giving his body and blood every day. Thank you very much. What about you, my friend, Ulysses? No, not Ulysses. Well, I don't know why we forgot to give the papers today. What really touched you?
The Lord is great.
The Lord is great. Why do you think the Lord is great? From your personal experience.
He's always around, watches out for you.
So is God presently right now? Is he here? Is he listening to us? So if we have that conception, which is true that God is always with us, we should try as much as possible to be good. Be good to our families, be good to everybody we see. Because God is always watching. He does not sleep. God does not sleep. He's present with us, he's present everywhere. So that is a very important point you mentioned. That God is, you learn that God is with you and is always with you. So that helps us to be able to go through difficult and challenges. Most of you are going to go to high school next year. It's not going to be easy. And then to fail some courses in class. What are you going to do? Are you going to cry over it? Or you're going to work hard? Well, that's the spirit I want you to have. Good. Thank you, my friend. Yes, please. Yes.
I forgot, but if I hear it again, I'll remember it. The cardinal virtues.
The cardinal virtues. Did you forget all of them? Do you remember any of them? How many of them are there by the way?
They're three.
No, there are four. Excellent. Can you remember any? Who can help me do he whose holy says? With the cardinal virtues, there are four of them. Do you remember any? Anybody? Who can help? We can't finish this class if you don't remember the cardinal virtues. Okay? That's why I don't want you to see your books. I want you guys to, when are you coming out? What are you going to remember forever? What else? It's coming, please. You remember we did it? That was what? Liberality. No, it's not liberality.
Patience.
No. Patience is a virtue, but it's not a cardinal virtue. There were 4 of them. And we did it, you remember the first day of the school. I remember it because that's why you're forgotten, because it was the very first day that we did. And all of you were present. So you have temperance. What else? It starts with an F. No, faith is theological. We are still in the cardinal. Fortitude. Excellent. The next is begins with a J. Excellent. And then the last one starts with a P. Prudence. Excellent. Now do you guys remember now? So what's the first? Justice. Justice is the first. Because justice. We have to be just. We have to treat each other the way we want to be treated. The second, prudence. But fortitude is one of it, but the second is prudence. The third, temperance. And the last, fortitude. Now let us, who can tell me what justice is? We now know the 4 of them. What is it? What does it mean to be just? What is justice?
Being fair.
Being fair, that's the word. If you ever forget what justice is, just remember it. What does it mean to be fair?
Equal.
Exactly. Treat people equally because we are made in God's image and what? We are made in God's image and what love? Give it L. Likeness. So we are made in God's image, but not only in His image, but likeness. He loved us. That's why He created us. He created Adam, and He noticed Adam was so lonely. What did He do? He created Eve. So God is really, He loves us, and we are like Him, and He likes us. Okay? So that was the first. Justice, fairness. Please be fair. Be fair. If tomorrow you become principal of a school and you employ a teacher, and you tell the teacher, I'm going to pay you $2,000. And at the end of the month, you pay him $1,000. I will be just. So please, when you quote me something, make sure you do that's to be fair. The second, prudence. What is prudence? Who can remember what prudence is? Who can remember? We can't go to heaven if we don't remember the canon and if we don't put it into practice. It's extremely important. Prudence is discernment, right discernment, correct discernment. What does it mean to discern? To discern means to reflect. If you want to do anything, always reflect before you do it. Don't just do things because people are doing it. Reflect. Ask the question, why am I supposed to do this? And why am I not supposed to do this? Let's take an example. If you are called tomorrow and given a gun to shoot somebody, an example, what are you going to do? Who can tell me what you're going to do? Now, before you say no, what made you to say no? Because that's bad. So now, what made you to know that that's bad? Because God said. No, but that virtue that makes you to know that it's wrong is prudence. Prudence. You discern and say, oh no, I can do this wrong. So that's the extremely important about the virtue of prudence. Always, please. When next year you guys are going to go to high school. I don't know which high school they're going to go to high school. Big high schools. And you don't just have to do things because Father said doing it. You always have to discern by asking, is this correct? Is it wrong? Remember, very important. The third, temperance. What is temperance? Who remembers what temperance is? The meaning is M. The beginning with an M. The meaning of temperance is a word M. Moderation. What does it mean to moderate? To control. Excellent. If you go to a party on Friday and you you are given, for example, you are asked to go teach the food, you go teach the food, and you go there, you collect everything, and you collect all the bottles of tequila wine. You can drink because you are drinking wine. I'm just giving an example. Is that being temperate? Temperance is the control. You can control your emotions. Don't get angry so easily. Even if you're angry, you control yourself. You don't begin shouting. That's temperance. You calm down. You don't eat too much, you don't drink too much. Because if you eat too much, what's going to happen? You have stomach problem. And if you drink too much, what's going to happen? You're going to walk in it. You're going to lose your mind. So temperance is very important, my friends. And the last, fortitude. What is fortitude? Fortitude, strength. Strength to do what? To be resilient, to be persistent despite difficulties. That is what fortitude is. It's from the Latin word forte. Forte, just like the Spanish fuerte. Strong. Strength in difficult moments. Please, these 4 cardinal virtues, I want you to write them down in these papers again. Write them behind. Cardinal virtues: justice, prudence, temperance, and fortitude. And please put these papers right there in your bed, right there in front of the door, so that whenever you are leaving, you can see it and you never forget. Justice, prudence, temperance, and fortitude. Justice. That's what it means. Respect each and every one. Be fair with each and every one. And why is it important for us to be fair with each and every one? Why? I just explained the community. Huh? Why are we equal? Because we are made in God's image and likeness. Please write that down. We have to respect everybody because we are made in God's image and likeness. In Latin they call it imago Dei. Imago Dei. Imago means image, Dei means God. Each and every one of us is made in His image and likeness. So, if each and every one of us is made in God's image and likeness, why are some people so angry about the way they look? Why do people do plastic surgery? Because they don't like themselves. They want to change. They want to do, But if you are convinced that you are made in God's image and likeness, you're going to be happy with your nose. If your nose is too long, you're going to be happy with it. If your ears are too long, because that is the way God created you. Accepting yourself and loving yourself the way you are. Made in God's image and likeness. That's the foundation of Christian anthropology. That we're made in God's image and likeness. Are we all written that? Please don't forget. And when you go home today, you know what you have to do? Teach your siblings. If you don't have siblings, just tell your father or your mother today, Mommy, there's something I want to teach you. I want to teach you the cardinal virtues. They say, oh, yeah. Because some of them will not remember. Then teach them. If you teach, you never forget. That's the secret of teaching. When you teach, you never forget. So if you don't want to forget this virtue, what are you going to do? You go home. Or now, when you're in the car, when your mother or your father is accompanying you home, tell them, I want to talk to you about the cardinal virtues. Wow, I'm going to be so impressed. Okay. Now, you spoke about the cardinal virtues. Let's go to the next person. No, you said already that Latin, right? Taught you the whole of this class, this summer. You told us because the devil. Very good. I'm glad you remember that. Let's go to Kevin. What do you remember after? You remember this is our last class. So we're trying to remember, to recollect what we're going to carry out from here.
I remember the Bible.
Bible. What about the Bible? How do you
Love your neighbor.
love your neighbor?
And then also some verses like I never remember the verses.
Now, who is your neighbor? If I may ask.
Your friends, family,
Everybody. Your neighbor is I'm your neighbor. Everybody is your neighbor. And why must we love our neighbors?
Because
resemble God and He likes us. That question is always going to come back. Why do we have to respect? Why do we have to be girls for men? Excellent. Thank you very much. One of Yesenia, is he Yesenia? Good, Yesenia. What do you remember about this call that you never forget, that touched you so much? If you still remember, we can come back to you. We are still friends. So let's go to the next person. Where was that? Oh, yes. I narrated an anecdote in Mexico where I lost everything. So why did that touch you? So how is that going to help you? How is that story that God helped me going to help you in your spiritual life? It's going to help you because it gives you the confidence that that if you pray to God, He answers prayers. Good. I'm glad you are going to leave this class with that. Please, God is so powerful. He's so merciful. He's almighty. He's omnipresent. What does it mean to be omnipresent? He's present everywhere. So if you trust in Him, you will never be disappointed. Many young people don't want to hear about God, but at the end of the day, they regret because they don't have any peace of mind. You can't live your life without the person who created you. It's not possible. You can't separate. Can you separate the tree from the branches? What happens if you cut the branches of a tree? What happens to the branches? They die. But once you separate yourself from God, you're going to be so worried. You're going to be unpeaceful. Many people I see that are so angry and so worried about everything, and people who don't believe in God. But if you believe in God, what are you going to do? You're going to have fortitude. You're going to know that things are difficult, but God has a plan. Very good. Next person, Maria. Is it Maria? Good, Maria. Tell us, what you carry from this cause? How to find Bible verses. Why is that important? Very good. See how important it is to find Bible verses. That was why I asked Sandy, Bible, so that we can learn how to look for Bible verses. Why is the Bible important? Like what type of stuff?
How about the honor? I mean, Jesus.
What about it? How about the life of Jesus?
Jesus.
Good. So it is really the word of God. The Bible is the word of what? Of God. If you want to know who God is and what He said, just go to the Bible and read it. Very good. I'm glad you guys learned that. What of you, Maria? No, this is Alex. Andrea. Yes, Andrea. What do you remember about everything we learned? Just one point that touched you that you like to share. We can come back to it. Okay, let's go to Mika. Let's hear from Mika what she remembers about everything. Just one point that touched you that you will never forget. We can come back to it. Next person. The 7 sacraments. Why are sacraments important? What do they do? Why is it important to be baptized? Why is it important to take Holy Communion? Why? Well, it makes you closer to God. But the statement is the sacraments are an external sign of inward grace. So it's an external sign. The priest blesses, baptizes, but there's something that happens. Of inward grace, you have grace, spiritual grace, gift that helps you to live your spiritual life. That's why the sacraments are important. And we learned the 7 of them. Do you remember? What was the first? Second? Okay, let's just name that. The third, which is the Eucharist. 4, 7th? Very good. And the 8th? There's no 8th. I'm glad you know there's only 7. I was just trying to tease you guys. I'm glad about it. Now let's talk about holy orders. What is it? Priest. Okay, to be ordained in holy orders. And there are 3 degrees of holy orders. You have the diaconate. For example, Deacon Wayne has a diaconate. Then you have the priesthood and you have the episcopate. Excellent. You guys make it come. Next person. Very good. The what? The calendar of the church. Yes. What about the calendar of the church? That's very good. I'm glad you learned that. What about the calendar? We said the church is divided into different periods, right? Do you remember some of them? Ordinary